Hello, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you live Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. At least it's at 5:38 for me. At least it's my time here, Pacific Standard Time. If you're watching later on, welcome as well. And if you're watching live, welcome. And I see I got Antonio and Peter here already. Thanks for joining me on this impromptu midweek live stream. If you are a regular viewer, you know that Friday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is my classic, regular live stream time. But I like to come on at least once, one other time a week, and on my non-Friday night live times, just to come on and just say hello and see what's going on. And on Fridays, I try to kind of gear it more towards, as the titles imply on Friday, to debunk veganism. Debunk me if you want to. You know, if you think you have an argument to debunk veganism, bring it Friday night. But on my midweek live streams, I try to gear it more towards just ask me anything, like old school, what I was doing, like, all the years before I started the debunk veganism thing a few months ago. Anyway, so if you want to try to debunk veganism tonight, you can. If not, come back Friday, that's better. And yeah, these midweek live streams, yeah, try to specialize, like I said, in more just ask a vegan anything. If you're not familiar with who I am, been vegan 11 plus years now. I'm 54 years old. So I've got a little bit of experience under my belt. So if you have some questions, anything you want to share, feel free to ask, and we could do that here more, just more easily on the midweek live streams. When I don't think we have all the hardcore, what are they called? Just the anti-vegans come and trying to debunk me or veganism, because I'm not putting out the invitation as much with my title and thumbnail. Let's see. Naranjan. What's that? There's a new video by NYT. Who's NYT? Veganism. What's that? Please review the video. Meet the people getting paid to kill the planet. How should I? Oh, New York Times. It's funny. I was thinking about doing a video about the from an article I read in the New York Post, not the Times. I don't have it up on my screen anymore. It's about the mayor there. What's his name? Eric Adams. He's a vegan / pescatarian. Anyway, he started like a meatless Fridays, like a vegan Fridays, and the New York Post went ballistic on that. So now the New York Times, people meet the people getting paid to kill the planet. So yeah, just give me a rundown, Naranjan. Just tell me roughly what's going on with that video, so I'll kind of have a little, just a little heads up on it. And yeah, let me know if you want me. I was thinking about doing that today, making a response video to the New York Post, is going ballistic about 1 day a week the children are gonna get deficient in protein. They have growing bodies and they need protein. They're not gonna get it from chickpeas and crap like that. So it was so ridiculous. I'm going, do I really want to respond to that, or do I want to do a live stream with you guys? So I kind of not flipped a coin, but I just, in my head, I'd probably have more fun chatting with you guys and making a stupid video about the New York Post. So, Russell Brand. What did Russell Brand do? Yeah, I think Angie mentioned something about Russell Brand, but she wasn't quite sure what. Yeah, tell me what's up with Russell Brand. He thinks vegan meats are unhealthy. Is that an older video, Peter? Is that from a few months ago? Maybe I do remember something like that. Unhealthy. Okay, maybe I'll take a look at it, because he's Russell Brand, and Anyway, I'll take a look at it. Unhealthy compared to what? Compared to dead animal flesh burger meat? In that comparison, I don't see how the plant-based burgers will fare any worse when it comes to ingredients that'll that are linked to heart disease, diabetes, stroke, the number one, the leading causes of death. Yeah, but compared to eating pure whole food plants, okay, Peter, I'll check it out. It's pretty recently. I'll check it out, Peter. Yeah, since it's Russell Brand and people, unlike the New York Post, some people think Russell Brand really knows what he's talking about. I'll have a look at it. Okay, I'll take a look. Also, by the way, tell me what you think. I tweaked the lighting out some more in here now compared to how it's been. I'm always kind of trying to perfect things a little bit. Let me know if it looks good, if the audio is still good for you. But yeah, let me know if you like I'm trying to make it so I have like lots of color behind me, like blues and greens and reds, but my face is still, in kind of normal colored light, so let me know if it's all looking good here for you. I have like 2 monitors and they seem to look good on both, but this is my first time trying this out on a live stream. In fact, my first time trying out on video besides little tests I've done. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's looking good. Do you think, Aster? Cool. Awesome, cool. Well, let me know anyone else thinks any tweaks or any tips. But I think I'm just trying to get this nice kind of moody setting where you can see me nice and clearly, but it's not all boring in the back. I have cool lights and stuff. What's that question there, Jason? You recently switched your diet away from sugar? Like, what do you mean sugar? Like, you weren't eating sugar, were you? Just like a lot of processed foods? Is that what you mean? Because I don't know. I don't really eat sugar. Like, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but you can tell me in a further comment there, Jason. You're getting more plant-based stuff with all the meat eating, but I've noticed my intestinal tract has been really cleaning itself. Is that normal? I want to say, hey, I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that. Okay, that might be a good question for a medical doctor, but I will share my opinion on some things that I have some kind of experience with. And I don't have any personal experience with that, but I've heard of that happening often. Like it goes back. If I understand what you're talking about right here, Jason, I believe you're talking about an issue relating to your gut microflora. What's that called? The gut bacteria. And our bacteria, and again, I'm not a medical doctor, but I understand the basics of the science are they're depending upon what kinds of foods you've been eating over the past, whatever it's been fed for the past few weeks or months. So if you're making a kind of radical shift in your diet, yeah, you probably have a lot of gut flora there ready to process sugars. If you're eating tons of sugar and meat and stuff like that, if you're switching away from those foods, yeah, it takes time. It doesn't take that long for me to understand from reading the science. A few weeks, not a big deal. So you might have some digestive issues or something like that at first as you develop newer and what should be a healthier type of gut flora. So maybe that's it. Come back in a couple weeks and let me know, Jason, if things are progressing better. But yeah, I personally didn't have any kind of transition phase as far as like digestion or anything like that. So let me know, or are you just pooping a lot? Because you do poop more as eating a lot of plants. I poop like 3 times a day on average. Sometimes that means twice. Sometimes that's 4 times, but roughly 3 times a day. Yeah, Goji Man's a good person to talk to, Naranja. Yeah, Goji Man's another YouTuber, but he's different from me in the sense that he's actually has like a PhD or something like that, and like biochemistry. He knows a lot about gut microbiome or issues like that. So he'd be a good person to ask. But yeah, to me, it sounds like a gut issue to me. Yeah, Goji Man would be a great person to ask about that. But yeah, you have nothing to really, I think, lose by just keep doing what you're doing and check back in a week or two and let me know how it's going. I'm just kind of curious. Oh, Peter, you said Goji Man has a book about the gut. That would probably be a really good read. Yeah, if there's any kind of gut issue, Goji Man is the first person I would go ask because he knows infinitely more about microbiome issues than I do. Buffalo Baby, you've been eating vegan for over 10 years. Yeah, myself 11 years, and your body is malnourished. Not malnourished. Yep, same here, man. I have the blood labs to back that up. I'm with you there, Cosmic Man 369. Yeah, if someone wants to eat mock meats, as I'll do on occasion. I don't eat them that often, but I, once in a while have them. And yeah, but I prefer eating whole foods better. Usually they're cheaper, and I just feel a little just better just eating plants rather than the way they get processed into mock meat. So I'm gonna click my AC on here. It's been warm here, guys. It's been like 80 degrees in our area. And we're by the coast. Inland areas, from what I understand, are even warmer, like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. That would be like earth-destroying weather. But yeah. Okay, it's Jason. There you go. Sure, you meant like sodas and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't drink those kinds of things. Okay, high sugar cinnamon rolls. Okay, I don't really have cinnamon rolls. Once in a while I'll have a donut, but that's pretty rare once again. So you're getting away from the high sugar foods, Jason. That's what you're saying. High sugar foods and processed foods. Stopped eating any kind of meat recently. Cool. That shouldn't be too hard as far as gut bacteria goes. So let's see. Switched over tomorrow, plant-based way of living. I'm assuming it's a normal function of my body wanting and having those items. Probably so, yeah. Your body wants them in the sense, like I said, again, I'm not making this up. I'm not giving you some kind of weird woo-woo. I'm evidence-based, science-based, fact-based. Yeah, it's your body wants them in the sense, yeah, your existing gut microflora adapt to what you have been feeding it over the recent time. So yeah, there's gut bacteria kind of, where's my meat? Where's my high sugar foods? And they're kind of bummed right now. Speaking really non-scientifically here, but that's not a sign of unhealthiness or anything like that from everything I've read. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. Again, I'm not making this stuff up, but your gut microbiome adapts pretty resiliently, relatively quickly. So yeah, the time frames I've heard is like, a couple weeks rather than a couple months or a couple years, something like that. It's robust and relatively quickly. But yeah, and yeah, just check that out, Jason. Let me know how that goes. Because again, I've never really had an issue like where I've had to like really like, switch my diet quickly and my microbiome went all kind of little, bummed on me. Let's see. The God, yeah, we live in the LA area, yes. Militant vegan, yeah, check your blood work. Why not? I mean, yeah, I recommend people check their blood work all the time. Not all the time, regularly, every like couple years at least, something like that, whether you're vegan or not, especially if you're, over the age of 40 like I am. But yeah, should be checking your blood, guys. Just to make sure, even if you're not vegan, just get blood labs done. Yeah, I agree with Cosmic Madman's comment to you there about it never hurts to just see how your blood is doing. That sounds really weird. How your blood work's doing. Hey Anna, yeah, not so bad today. Thank you. Yeah, just hanging tight here in our little heat wave we've been having. Let's see, a little sip of water here. Ah. Yeah, I was gonna make a video Groundhog 11ish about New York Mayor Eric Adams, how he's so quickly been able to get the public schools to change their menus so that they have pretty much meatless Mondays and like vegan Fridays. And this is why I was running for city council a couple years, guys. That was my hope, my dream, to be able to make like major changes to menus, and not like horrible like fascist kinds of changes. Hey, let's have some fun plant foods on Friday. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, how is that gonna be the end of the world? But apparently some people aren't reacting too well to that. They think it's depriving these young and growing children of protein that they won't be getting from chickpea sandwiches or whatever, which is complete nonsense. But I'll take a look for that Groundhog 11ish. Yeah, Travis, it's weird. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah, he admits to eat fish, but he won't call himself a pescatarian because he claims pescatarians aren't like me, because he's vegan plus fish. He says pescatarians will also eat like eggs and dairy and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the exact definitions, to be honest with you. But I thought if you eat plants plus fish, you're a pescatarian. So he's kind of doing things a disservice, because that New York Post article I was thinking about responding to was kind of criticizing them for being a vegan who eats fish. Well, yeah, they have. See, that's the thing. You open yourself up to that, like just call yourself a pescatarian, or say you're almost vegan. You're vegan but eat fish once in a while. Just don't say you're vegan and then let the story come out that you also go to seafood restaurants quite frequently. Just be honest about it. I applaud what he's doing, but he's creating some confusion by not being clear or just completely honest about the definition of what he's doing, because it's not vegan. Vegans don't go to seafood restaurants on a regular or irregular basis. Pescatarians, yeah, that's kind of what it is, huh? Fishatarians, a race. Matt, what kind of B12 is better? Hey, I'm not a medical doctor, a health guru, or anything like that. I think I get both of them. There's like the I forgot which kind, like the more hip, powerful one, whatever's in my B12 sublingual spray. but like have some fortified milks. I think they have the other kinds. So I don't even worry about it. I just get them all. Yeah. We have someone who's saying not a troll. You promise. Squids. Why are you not a troll? What are you asking about, Squids? Did I miss something earlier that you may have said? If ask it again, Squids. Your non-trolly question, I will try to answer it. Let's see, Buffalo Baby. Have I seen the new video on Earthling Ed? It says he looks too good to be vegan. Who said that? Is that an anti-vegan or something like that? Saying he's too attractive to be vegan? They should make that about me. Look at guys, look at me. Look at this face. You know, I'm too attractive to be vegan. I'm just kidding. What kind of criticism is that? What does one's looks, good looks or bad looks, have to do with someone being vegan? What does that have to do with anything? Let's see. What's that, Race Lover? In case I missed it, this video mocks Vegan Fridays. Okay, let's see, where are we at? We're at 16 minutes in the chat. I'll remember that one there. Let me copy the link here to copy link in new tab. I won't be able to share this with you guys the way my oops. I'm gonna paste it. I actually want to take a look at the link. How come I can't paste? What the hell? I guess I didn't select it. Oh, I'll just come back to that, Race. Thanks for sending me that link. Oh, it was VD? VD made a video saying Earthling Ed looks too good to be vegan. Like, what are vegans supposed to look like? I mean, is there like, you can't be attractive and vegan? Well, if that were the case, well, VD herself isn't the most attractive person in the world. Maybe she's vegan then. If vegans are unattractive, that's her logic. Vegans are unattractive. I'm making an argument. Premise 1, vegans are unattractive. Premise 2, vegan or VD is unattractive. Conclusion, therefore, VD is vegan. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, you can look good as a vegan. You can look bad. You can look good as a meat eater. You can look bad. It has nothing to do with your diet. It depends on genetics, how well you take care of yourself. That's ridiculous. Oh, Kate, you saw the picture of me on that app. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me show. I think I can show you guys that. Here, you want to see me looking really young and hip, guys? You probably don't, but I want to show you because this app that Angie grabbed. I don't have Insta. Come on, I'll show you. It makes me look so rad. So, oh, there's Inch. Let me get to me though. Check out this app here, man. I mean, look at this. I'm like sexy. Look at this. I'm like a sexy, what I call myself, a smoking hot babe. I mean, look at this. It's so rad. Let me here's another photo. I mean, who is this dude? I think this is the most attractive vegan. I'll take on Earthling Ed if I can use this app. So anyway, yeah, thanks for reminding me about that, Kate. I wasn't planning to share that with you guys today, but yeah, since you brought it up, Kate, and we're talking about VD saying Earthling Ed's too attractive to be a vegan, why not? Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the main app here. All right. So anyway, hey, Kaz, thank you so much for the first and hopefully not last super chat tip of the day. Thanks for the great content. For a new vegan like you. Thank you, Kaz. That's one of the major reasons why we do it, to help people who are new to veganism that might have some issues or questions, just want to learn more about it. Because, yeah, I understand. It might be a little weird at first, but once you get it dialed in, it's easy. It's just normal. I don't think about it. Right? Gee, I'm vegan. How do I do it? You know, it's just normal. Just put into practice like a non-vegan just goes about living their life. So cool. I'm glad we have content that helps you out there, Kaz. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Travis, I aged a lot since these. Oh, wrong. I can't show it anymore. Yeah, I did age a lot since those photos, huh? Veganism debunked, huh? Actually, that app just makes you look like you're 24 or something like that. Okay, how come you want to always get into the topics that are like hot button trigger issues like that? We're not going to go into that right now. Okay. The God, admit it, VD, Ryan is hot. Yeah, VD should make a video about me being hot. I mean, remember, I'm 54 years old, so give me a little slack. I'm not going to like stack up well compared to like Earthling Ed, who's about almost like half my age or so, huh? But anyway, Keto cutie, you're allergic to starch? There's every other kind of plant in the planet. I mean, I mean, how often do we eat starch? I'm thinking about myself. I'll get back to you in a second there, Keto Kate. Groundhog 11ish, thank you. Wow, that's a very generous super chat tip there. And thanks for using Streamlabs. Oh, I forgot to paste the link to Streamlabs. Let me put a link to Streamlabs, which is my preferred place for you guys to leave super chat tips, because Streamlabs, unlike YouTube, does not take a cut from the creators. YouTube takes skims off a pretty healthy percentage for themselves, which is odd because they're like one of the most wealthy or powerful corporations in the world compared to like Streamlabs, which I think is owned by Logitech. It's in there? Okay, anyway, I got it back up again. Okay. That sounds bad, huh? Anyway, thanks those so much, Groundhog 11ish, much appreciated. But anyway, oh yeah, Keto K. Starch. There's not that many times you have to eat starch, right? You don't have to have like potatoes all that often. I mean, I love potatoes, but they're not something I eat on a daily, regular basis. I mean, what else? I mean, what can you eat? Everything. I mean, everything in our book here. I mean, like the first dish on here doesn't have any starch. The Tuscan kale pilaf. This is from the Happy Olive Vegan Cookbook. Rice, beans, sun-dried tomatoes, and kale. Let's look at another recipe here. 3-bean vegan chili. Yeah, no starch here. Let's see. White bean and eggplant chili. So you might want to look at our book, Keto K. I mean, we do have potatoes in some of the recipes, but it's not like this is a potato-based recipe book or anything like that. So you might want to look at how we eat. Yeah, just don't use the few recipes that have potatoes. But it's really easy to be vegan and not eat potatoes if you're allergic to potatoes. I'm so glad I'm not allergic to potatoes. Rice is a grain. I don't believe it's a starch, right? It's in the family of grains, so you should be wrong. You shouldn't be okay with that. Hey, Carol Lindy, thanks. Greetings from Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that where you're at? Well, thank you so much there, Carol Lindy. Much appreciated. I see your name now, Carol Lindy. Carol from Indy. I get it. Thanks so much. Rice and beans are starches? You're telling me legumes are are I mean, are you allergic to? Is it like trace amounts? I could see like a potato, might have like tons of starch. Like legumes are starchy foods. That's news to me. I'm just gonna look that up. I was not aware of that. Again, that's why I don't position myself as a nutrition expert. Let me see. Legumes, starch. Okay, one of the best source of resistance starch. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. 20 to 30% of resistance starch by weight. Let me see about rice. Rice starch is a different kind, a natural polymeric rice. Okay, natural polymeric carbohydrate, the main component of rice. Sounds like there's different kinds of starches. I mean, if you might want to see if you're allergic to every single starch out there or just different kinds, because already rice and potatoes, from what I just quickly Googled here, have different forms of starch, different kinds. All right, let me turn the AC off again. It's either like too warm or too cold. Okay, so Anna knows more, it sounds like. Anna's saying, okay, there's no such thing as a food being a starch. Starch is just the plant storage for the carbohydrate. So beans and rice have starch loss. So in that case, right, Anna, then bananas and fruits are starchy foods. Is that right too? Let me Google that. Let me type in banana starch. I guess every food has starch, huh? I'm not a biochemist or anything like that. Banana starch. Oh yeah, here it goes. Yeah, the starch content of bananas So yeah, okay. So every plant has starch then. So if you are allergic to every form of starch known to humankind, then you might have a problem. I've never heard of a person having that. I wouldn't. I'm not saying there isn't such a condition. I've yet to hear of it. But thanks for pointing out, Anna, that basically every food that contains a carbohydrate is a starch plant of some kind. I get it, Anna. Thanks. It's like calling a steak a protein. I get it. Okay, trapped in the matrix saying a few fruits and green vegetables are starch free, huh? They must be super low in carbohydrate content then. Yeah, tofu, I would think if by going by this definition, it's associated with the starch content or the carbohydrate content. Yeah, tofu being higher in protein, I guess would therefore lower the carbohydrate percentage. That makes sense. So anyway, let's move on from that. Yeah, we're in a topic that's not my wheelhouse at all. We're just kind of learning together from Anna and just doing some quick searches here. So I learned something new myself today. What's that, Peter? Have I ever had puffed tofu? No. What is puffed tofu? Is it a kind of tofu or is it a way of preparing tofu? I've not heard of that before. Vegan pepperoni in your salad, Timothy. Oh, I can't say I've had too many vegan pepperonis. Let me know how that goes too. Hey, Josh the Vegan, thanks for joining. Yeah, going pretty chill today. Just doing a chill midweek live stream. Not trying to egg on and invite all the anti-vegans tonight. Just trying to do a more old school Ask a Vegan Anything. Friday night, though, is the night I roll out the red carpet, if you will, for the anti-vegans to come and try their best to debunk veganism. But today, we're going to focus on the vegans. And if an anti-vegan or two happens their way in, we'll see. We'll play with them, maybe. But that's not the focus of the midweek live streams. The Friday live streams, yes. Midweek, let's just talk about vegan stuff. Literally, deep fried tofu that gets puffed up. Oh, I don't think I've ever deep fried my tofu enough to puff it up there, Peter. So Keto Cutie, yeah, thanks for looking into it, Ryan. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, I learned something there with you. And thanks for the suggestions. It's a puzzle for sure. Yeah, it sounds like there's different kinds of starches too, depending on what kind of food you're talking about. That sounds really complex, way beyond any training and study I've ever put into it. Like I said, if something affects me directly, I will study it like a mofo. But yeah, if I had a starch digestibility issue, yeah, I would look into it for sure. Hey, Jamit, how's it going, Jamit? Good to see you. I've been seeing a little bit, Jamit. Yo, definitely old school vibe in here. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're doing old school Ask a Vegan Anything. Ask a non-deficient, thriving vegan anything. So thanks. Good to see you, Jamit. Good, I guess it's good morning to you in Australia. Is that right? Oh, Peter, you can buy the puffed tofu already in packages, pre-puffed. I was not aware of that. Let's see. Johnny Bravo, how's it going? Yeah, veganism, I guess, could cause hemorrhoids because all the fiber and pooping, but even with all the pooping I do, yeah, I'm pretty hemorrhoid free. Your mileage may vary. Okay, early afternoon in Melbourne. Did I say that correctly? Melbourne. I'm trying to speak and say it in the Australian manner rather than Melbourne, like an American might say Melbourne. Melbourne. Nicholas, people are allergic to fruits and veggies. Are they? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not allergic to meat. I personally don't know anyone. I know a lot of people. I don't know anyone that's allergic to fruits or vegetables. I mean, there might be some. I know like a few people that have like nightshade allergies, stuff like that. But so they don't eat nightshade fruits. But I do know someone really close to me. There's no bullcrap. She's allergic to fat in animal fat. So she should go vegan. She resists, so she deals with the digestive consequences. But there are people who are allergic to the proteins in animal foods, and in her case, the fats in animal food. I said, hey, I didn't want to say her name, but hey, perfect reason for you to go vegan. Why don't you go vegan? It's like, but she resists. There are things. There are nightshade allergies. There are such things, but but on the other hand, there are such things as being allergic to meat. As my old friend there, who's not old, but a friend I've known for a long time, who is allergic to animal fat. Okay, yeah, hexproof anarchist. Yeah, lady who's allergic to blueberries. So yeah, what should she do? Eat other fruits other than blueberries. Because here's the whole thing. Who knew? Like, who was it who brought it up earlier? I lost you already. Nicholas. Like, the thing is, there's tens of thousands of edible plants. So if you're allergic to a few, just eat some of the other thousands of plants that you might not be eating. It's really not a big deal. I've yet to meet someone who's allergic to like all plants. I mean, I guess it could happen. I've not yet heard of such a person or heard the name of such a condition. So it must be pretty rare if I've never heard of a person or the name of such a condition. And there was a name for my friend's condition, being allergic to animal fat. Just don't remember what it was called or anything. But anyway, yeah, Timothy, but we're vegan. We're allergic to violence. Yeah, we shun violence, and yes. Yeah, Graven Babies. We don't eat meat because we're allergic to it. It's because we have a soul. We have a conscience. We realize it's morally wrong to needlessly kill animals for food, because you don't need to kill animals for food. You could eat plants and be healthy. Yeah, if you happen to have a plant allergy, figure out which plants those are and eat from the other tens of thousands of edible plants available to you which you are not allergic to. Yeah. Speaking of, Yannick G, yeah, allergic to cow dairy. Most humans on this planet, it was like 70% of people walking around on planet Earth are lactose intolerant. That percentage goes down if we're talking about people in Europe or of European descent, but that percentage goes way up once you get out of people who have a lot of European genetics, such as myself. Asian people, Latin people, they aren't living with cows and cow milk for all the thousands of years that Europeans might have. So most people on this planet are allergic to varying degrees of lactose, cow milk. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's such being pushed on the whole planet. Huh, that's weird, Johnny. Your mom gets a itchy throat from eating bananas? That's an odd one. I haven't heard that before. Okay, Nicholas. Oh, so you're trying to debunk veganism now. For wild animals that hunt other animals to survive, like a lion eating a hippo, do you disagree with the lion? What do you mean, disagree with the lion? I didn't go vegan because lions hunting other animals in the wild. I went vegan because I find it morally wrong for humans to needlessly raise or breed into existence billions of animals, 80 billion animals every year, for them to live lives of exploitation and ultimately slaughter so people can eat them. I didn't go vegan because I'm watching like say an eagle come down and hunt a gopher or something like that. I mean, what happens in nature doesn't affect me. We're different from nature. Lions and eagles don't have the luxury of taking money or a credit card or an Apple Watch or Samsung Pay to a grocery store or a market or a bodega and walking out with the food they need. They can't do that. I mean, it's completely different. And more importantly, they are amoral creatures, meaning they're not capable of making moral decisions. Unlike humans, humans are moral creatures. I mean, pretty much all, unless maybe your IQ's too low or something like that, but it's why are you trying to justify eating meat because some animals in the wild hunt? There's some mighty animals in the. It's such a horrible argument because there's mighty animals that you selectively did not refer to, like say the mighty rhinoceros, or how about elephants and giraffes? These are big beasts. These are huge animals. They don't hunt. they eat plants. So it's kind of funny. Like, how come I can't twist that argument? Hey, giraffes, rhinos, and elephants eat plants, therefore that's how humans should be because of the rhinos. If you're saying, oh, well, because lions hunt, that means humans should hunt. I don't understand the connection there. That makes not a lot of sense to me. If you want to elaborate, please do. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just going, I don't understand the connection that just because an animal that you selected hunts, how does that just, an animal, remember, they are amoral, not capable of making moral decisions. How does that affect me as a moral person with moral agency who has the capability to go into a supermarket and buy bananas, potatoes, and rice and kale? How is there any comparison? Okay, Nicholas. All right, cool. That was my answer. I wasn't making fun of you. I'm just going, I've heard this argument many, many times, Nicholas, so don't take it personally if I seemed a little reactive right there. It's just that argument just really irks me, and again, it has nothing to do with you personally, Nicholas. It's just the reasoning behind it, trying to make the comparison to amoral lions and human behavior. Anyway, Kaz, why did I decide to go vegan? No books. It was just I just knew it was wrong to eat animals, especially once I realized, oh, you could live entirely off of plants. Once I met my first vegetarians and had my first vegetarian meals. This is in the 1990s, guys, early 1990s. So don't get mad at me for not experiencing vegans back then because there weren't that many. But I realized, wow, you don't need to eat dead animal flesh in order to live. Like, then why do we do it for? Why do I buy a burger that had to kill an animal, or eat a steak or a chicken that had to kill an animal? Like, I just eat plants and be fine. That's why I went. Why? It just seems so needless and pointless to unnecessarily exploit and kill animals. I still don't have any good reason why we kill and exploit animals when we don't need to, other than laziness. That's funny. Heidi just eating mixed greens right out of the package. Why not, right? Like potato chips. Sinette, what's my opinion on the vegan teacher? I'll give you my best answer there. My honest, complete answer is I kind of have ambivalent feelings in the sense that I haven't really watched a lot of her content. I remember when she was blowing up on TikTok. I wasn't a TikTok user, so I don't really know much about what she said other than some of the more controversial things she said that people made highlight clips of, like comments about, like, say, coming out if you're LGBTQ, stuff like that, which I think she did that on purpose, trying to troll, trying to get a lot of views and attention. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's a well-known social media technique. The more like kind of reactionary topics you're talking about, people react emotionally. But I've seen her a few videos on YouTube, and she seems like what she's doing is cool. I mean, I haven't seen her do anything where I was cringing or anything like that. It seems like she's a honest, sincere, ethical vegan, doing what she can, doing her best, dedicating her time and energy to save animals. So I give her the big thumbs up on that. But to comment on particular fine details about what she says and does, I'm unable to, just from not really being really familiar with her content. In fact, I'm very not familiar with her content. But the little bit I've seen on YouTube in the past couple months, seen a couple videos, and those particular videos seem totally fine. Let's see, Graven Baby, the VT vibes are off. The vegan teacher vibes are off? What do you mean about that? Let's see. No, I don't supplement with iodine nothingness other than eating some occasional, like, seaweed, dried seaweed, stuff like that. Nothing beyond that. Let's see, the God. What were we saying? I saw that earlier about tofu bibimbap. If I like Korean food, yes, I do. You need to try tofu bibimbap. It's so good. Where is he getting this? Is it like at any particular restaurant, or are you getting it in the stores? Let me know. Yeah, that's one way to do it, Peter. You don't have to go vegan overnight. Just slowly transition your diet. There's many ways to do it. Aster used to be a mod for her channel. Yeah, Graven. Yeah, some people. Yeah, a vegan teacher is the kind of person, sort of like Vegan Gains, where it's provokes a lot of, like, strong feelings on both sides, like pro and con kind of thing. I can see that. I was kind of suspicious too, but the more I saw her content, the little bit more I saw, the suspicion level came down. I go, oh, she seems like a sincere, ethical vegan. She just might have some unorthodox ways of like doing things like songs, stuff I personally don't do. I mean, I make songs, obviously I'm a musician, but you know, not like vegan, you know, songs. I don't know, I've seen just a few. It's just different from how I do it. But different is good. I applaud diversity, and that's one debate Vegan Gains and I got into. He thought all vegans should pretty much kind of do it the same way, and I applaud diversity. So even though she does it in a way that's different from me, I don't say that's bad. In fact, I think that's good. If she can pull in people to veganism, attract people to veganism, because of her methods, appeal to people that would never really give a crap about mine, cool. I don't care. I'm an ego about it. As long as people stop eating animals, that's what veganism, right? That's all we care about. Just stop killing freaking animals. So what's that, Aster? Yeah, I don't really follow her, but I like what she does for animal rights. Yeah, I agree there. That's honest. Yeah, me too. I don't really follow her, but I like what she does for animals' rights. Yeah, big thumbs up. And it's nothing personal. I don't watch her content much. I just don't watch a lot of vegan YouTube content. I used to in the early days, but I'm just kind of doing my own thing now. Let's see. What's that, Peter? Don't ever listen to Vegan Booty. She screams at people in restaurants, doesn't wear a mask in stores, and is probably What she scream at people at restaurants? She is she like yelling at people who are dining to not like eat the dead animals. I mean, on one hand, I appreciate trying to open up lines of communication with people about what they're doing by eating dead animals, but screaming at people in a restaurant is probably not the best context to have receptive ears listening to that message that she's uttering. You know, that's, you know, it's all about, I call it, you've heard me say it a million times, conversions. You want to convert people to veganism. If not, have them walk away from your interaction with them, leaving them with a positive conception about vegans and veganism. If their first or main interaction with a vegan is someone screaming at a restaurant, they're not going to listen. They're just not gonna. You know, it's simple as that. Kaz, you can try to ask me for dating advice. It's been a long time since I've been on the dating scene, but I'll try and I'll see if anything in my experience I judge as being helpful for your question. Cool, Johnny. Just watch me, Richard, and Inch Herbivore. Cool. Awesome. That's a good trio there. Hey, if you guys want to ask marriage and dating advice, we'll work on that tonight more than like debating the anti-vegans and such. Let's see. Vegan Metalhead. Ryan, how should I reply to my friend who says human rights issues like abortion are more important than veganism? Therefore, it's okay to eat animals. I mean, there's thousands of issues. I mean, that's like the nirvana fallacy, the appeal to futility fallacy. Like this argument I'm hearing Vegan Metalhead is like, hey, there's so many problems out there. There's human trafficking and slavery and child abuse. We should be trying to knock those off before animal rights. I mean, so until we check every one of those off, which will never happen, right? Being practical purposes, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So we'll never be able to get to actual vegan activism. I mean, here's the thing. It's like no one cause, I think, trumps all the others. Meaning you could, if you really are passionate about, say, like, what is he into? Human rights issues like slavery or something like that. You can still be an activist for that and veganism at the same time. You can have two issues if you want, but just there's no logic to you have to tackle all these other issues before you even have the right to address animal rights abuses. That doesn't make any sense. Again, a nirvana fallacy. There's so many problems for humans, like poverty and stuff. We need to solve that before we can solve the animal rights problems. No, we can solve them all at the same time. Who says we have to just do one at a time and the animal ones are at the bottom? The thing is, there's other people working on those issues. Vegan Metalhead. There's other people working on those issues. They can work on those issues, and we can work on vegan issues. It's like, it's not like all or nothing. There's all these issues with all these activists working on those particular areas. Would I rather have a vegan dinner with Jared Leto or Joaquin Phoenix? Wow. Is Jared Leto even really vegan anymore? I wasn't really sure. I know Joaquin, yes, 100%, ethical vegan. Is Jared an ethical vegan? I don't know. You guys tell me. Is he still vegan, or does he eat meat or dairy sometimes? Let me know. I really don't know what Jared's up to. So I would probably say Joaquin. Groovy. Oh, your phone's gonna die? Oh man. Well, thanks for saying hi, and I hope you can find some energy to recharge your phone. Okay, you really want to talk about abortion? I will share this back with you. I'll be completely honest here. I have never been in a relationship or any kind of situation where me and my partner had an abortion. I'll just say that for you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about abortion for you tonight. I played your game a little bit there, but we're not going to go down that road right now. I'm just not in the mood. Drinking from a mustard bottle. No, just my coldest water bottle. Let's see. Fab, how do I respond to someone saying they're waiting for lab-grown meat so they won't go vegan now? Tell them they could be waiting quite a long time. Here's the whole thing. Veganism isn't a diet. Veganism is a belief that it's wrong. It's a morally wrong thing, action. It's morally wrong to harm and exploit animals. So if they really believe that, why would you wait? It's like saying, I believe rape is wrong, but I'm going to keep raping until a certain thing gets invented or certain law is passed. You see what I'm saying? Delaying it into the future, punting the ball down the road a bit. For waiting for some certain action to happen. In his case, lab-grown meat. if you truly believe it's wrong to harm animals, you wouldn't eat them. Like, why do you need lab-grown meat? Vegans don't need to eat lab-grown meat. Is he just saying he'll give up meat? He won't go vegan, but he'll try a vegan diet when lab-grown meat exists? I guess I can understand the reasoning there. Not that I agree with it, but the original idea that I put out there, that my interpretation of your friend's thinking, didn't make any sense. I want to point out, too, if I'm missing any of your guys' questions, just ask it again. I'm only a simple human with a simple brain here. Sometimes I have vegan brain frog, too. Inside joke. So I don't see your questions. So you can always leave a super chat tip. That's down below next to the little happy face icon, the $ icon, or pinned up top. And I think our bot is... our bot is streaming there. The Streamlabs bot. That's our bot there. You can click the Streamlabs link. It'll take you to our page. You can leave a super chat tip, and the message will get played on the screen. Either way, it's all good. But you can copy and paste. Just don't spam it. Wait a minute or so. Let's see. What's that, Peter? If I weren't dating Angie, married to Angie, and you were trying to date someone else, would you date only vegans? I honestly... I have a hard time imagining dating someone who wasn't at least vegetarian, at the very least, at the very least. I can't imagine going out to dinner with someone and them just eating a dead animal right in front of me. No matter how much I might be attracted to them physically or intellectually or whatever, I can't. To me, that would seem like a deal breaker. But again, I haven't put that into practice. I've been married to Angie all this time, all these years, the entire time I've been vegan. But just been vegan so long now, I just can't imagine going out with someone and having them casually eat a dead animal in front of me, knowing I'm vegan too, if they did it in their own time away from me, I could maybe handle that. If, every time I was dating someone, we always just ate plants and she respected that, I could probably transition into that kind of relationship if I were single. But once we got closer and maybe started living together, and then I started seeing the dead animals, then I would probably, I can't see how it would work out. Yeah, race, that's what I'm with you. Yeah, I don't see how it would work long term. It'd probably work for a little bit as long as it kept the dead animals away from me. But long term, once you get closer and spend more time together, I don't know how that would work out. That's a good one. Great. I'm sorry, Graven Babies. Yeah, you're saying you'd rather be single with lots of cats than date a meat eater. Yeah, I'd probably fall into that too. Favorite lunch, Kate? I don't think I have a favorite lunch, to be honest with you. Some tacos or burritos or something like that. Hey, Robert, thanks so much. Robert Pina? Thanks for all of our videos. You're welcome, Robert. Yeah, we try. Yeah, I've been doing more live streams than just the regular videos where I respond to something. Just if something in the news or something happening, really, I got to talk about it, like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson dissing veganism, or some person, why I quit vegan, those things I'm going to respond to because I just really want to. But a lot of times I just not feeling the motivation to respond to a video. I'm just, my heart's like half in or 3/4, and that's why I'm doing live streams. When I'm live streaming, I'm 100% in. I enjoy the live streams. I authentically, sincerely live streaming and chatting with you guys. But so thank you, Robert. Thank you so much. You love live streams too? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since 2013, this being YouTube. What is that, like 8 years now? I mean, I need something a little different. The live streams provide me this whole new way of communicating and just interacting with people. And I like it. I like the interaction more than just when I make a video, like say I'm talking about Joe Rogan, I'm just talking to the camera. There's no interaction. And I dig the live, the liveness of it and the social aspect of it, the community aspect of it, which I don't get when I'm just all in the room, completely by myself. None of you guys are here, and I'm just talking to the camera, saying, yeah, and that's why Joe Rogan is a stupid moron. That's just totally different. Race Lever, you want me to unmod Streamlabs? No, Streamlabs does a great job of like saying someone super chatted, or every 5 or 7 minutes putting up our link to the Streamlabs super chat page. Which is Daniel, B12 doesn't exist for vegans. The supplement molecule differs from the real animal version. What are you trying to say there? Are you trying to say you need to eat meat in order to get B12? Because are you aware, Daniel, that you're the meat that you're talking about, the animals, they take B12 supplements too. So which one are they getting? I just want to show you that animals get B12 supplements. Or livestock, I should say. Livestock. If I could spell livestock, B12 sup. Let's check it out here. Here's one. Has a picture of animals on it. Let's check it out here. Maxi B1000. Injectable sterile solution. And let's see. Yeah, highest level of vitamin B12 available. Again, this is for animals. So just saying your animals take B12 supplements too, but B12 is not a piece of meat. I'm not a scientist or anything, but I do know it's a microorganism. Soil microorganism. So you don't need to eat meat. You just need the microorganism. And I have 2 very vegan sources, at least 2, if not 3, very vegan sources of B12 that I get like daily. So no, you don't have to have animal products to have B12. In fact, I would like to challenge you, Daniel. So I've had no animal products in like well over a decade. Yet I can get my B12 levels over 1,000. Just by taking B12 supplements. Like, what are yours? Just curious. Grass contains all the vitamins the animals need. Just letting you know. Well, how many people really eat grass-fed beef? I actually made a video on this one, Daniel. So maybe you're one of the privileged, lucky people in this world who can afford to eat grass-fed beef, but the market share for grass-fed beef is like maybe 2% of the total beef. The 100% of that, is the total beef market share. Grass-fed is just 2% of that at most. So anyway, I made a video here. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. To see how many earths you would need on this video for the past. So the numbers could actually be much higher than what I and eating grass all the time. So you would need roughly, this is my calculation now, you'd need roughly 3 planet Earths in order for everyone on the planet to be able to eat 100% grass-fed beef diet. 3 planet Earths. And once again, I want to emphasize, every time when I made a calculation here, when there was an estimation of like how much meat a person ate per day, how many acres a cow used, I went with the most conservative numbers, the lowest ends of those ranges. So the numbers could actually be much higher than what I calculated here. So yeah, Daniel, yeah, good for you. If you want to eat a diet that would, if everyone, you feel so like high and mighty talking about that you do it a certain way, grass-fed, whatever, but it's not scalable. We'd need at least 3 planet Earths, at least. It could be 4 or more for everyone to do what you're doing. So consider yourself very lucky and very privileged that you can have this diet that does not work on planet Earth for more than just a few % of you guys. So cool, you're eating a diet that doesn't scale and is completely unsustainable. But anyway, we get our B12 from supplements. Want me to show you? I can have Angie bring me a supplement. Are you out there, Angie? Yeah, can you bring me my very vegan sublingual B12 spray? That would be really awesome of you. And we'll show this meat eater who says that vegans can't get B12. And again, I have my blood labs. Let me go back to let's see. Let me search here for blood tests. And Daniel can look at my blood tests. In fact, let me give Daniel, let's see. Let's go to this one here, my 9-year vegan blood test. Hey, this is my B12 is super high here. Let me forward to it. Crap, I'm not finding it right now. Rides remain low and my anyway, well, thank you. Some vegan B12 here. All right, anyway, here anti-vegans, you can check out one of my blood test videos here, and remember my B12 level being in like the top 1 percentile for, like, you know, people in North America that get their blood labs done. So anyway, you can check that out, and then again, come back and tell me why vegans aren't getting, how is it possible that vegans aren't getting B12? But here is a way for vegans to get B12. You can take a sublingual spray. I just do this whenever. It's not even like a daily thing. There it goes. Oh boy. Oh man, no animals had to die. And this one I just got off Amazon, not sponsored. It's My Kind Organics, Garden of Life, I think is the brand. It's vegan methylcobalamin. Someone's asking earlier what kind it is. I
think I just got mine too.
Oh, let me see the other one too. Yeah, and Healthy Cell. I'll put the link.
I just got it while you were talking.
Healthy Cell, Vegan Essentials. You can't see it. It's too blown out here. But I'll put a link to that. We got a link to Healthy Cell.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Let me put a link there. Where is my... HealthyCell.com, Happy Healthy Vegan. Check it out. We have an affiliate deal with them, and this has 100% of your daily B12 if memory serves me correctly. All right, thanks. So yeah, so any haters out there, you just saw me consume no less than 2 forms of purely 100% vegan B12, which allows me to have super rich, robust, strong B12 levels, even a decade plus into being vegan. So thank you. All right, so anyway, let's move on there. Daniel's doing the thing. Dan, you're just doing this thing what I joke about all the time. Anti-vegans come here, and I describe what they're doing is they poop in their hand and they throw it on the wall. Meaning they just keep throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks, and nothing sticks. So I just debunked a couple of your things there about grass-fed and then how vegans can't get B12, despite I have the objective proof, the blood labs to demonstrate I've had consistently strong B12 levels the entire time I've been vegan. In fact, they're not trending down, they're getting stronger, you know? So anyway, no, enough pooping on the wall from Daniel. I tell you, if you want to come back on Friday, my Friday 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time live streams is the night I invite all anti-vegans to come and try your best to debunk veganism. In fact, I titled those live streams, Veganism Can't Be Debunked, Prove Me Otherwise or Wrong. Anyway, tonight's Ask a Non-Deficient Anything. I'm trying to cater more towards vegans and vegan-related questions. So we'll answer a couple anti-vegans, but we're not going to devote any like significant part of our evening, assuming it's evening for you guys, my evening, to focus on the anti-vegans. But come back Friday if you'd like. Nothing has been debunked. Yes, I showed you that your grass-fed diet is a diet of privilege. It doesn't scale. You would need multiple planet Earths for it to work for humanity. And you came here and said vegans can't get B12 at all. There's no such thing as vegan B12. And I showed you. I did no less than 2 forms of vegan B12 live on camera in front of the whole world to see. Well, not the whole world, but like 80 people right now. Anyone who wants to watch afterwards saw me take vegan B12. So you're full of crap. I don't know how to put it to you, Dan. You said you come here, should I scroll back? You said vegans can't get B12. It's all you need animals. No, I just had some and I showed you my blood test. Objective evidence that B12 is present in my blood in very strong levels. So yeah, I've debunked what you've said. Nothing's been debunked. No, everything you said, I showed that through objective evidence and doing it live on camera, what you're saying is objectively false. Let's see, vegan metalhead. How should I reply to a friend that told me that a vegan diet works for you, but every human needs are different? Ask your friend how they know that. Where are they getting that information from? Are they getting that from like doctors, professional health organizations? Because you can show them more than just an opinion. You can show them the opinion of the largest organization of health professionals in North America, the official position paper of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, which isn't something they made up for the F of it. They're sitting around in an armchair. Let's just make this up. Now, after having reviewed the relevant scientific research, there's like 100 references in the references section, scientific studies, governmental publications. And it says right here very clearly that appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and furthermore, these diets are, for your friend here, metalhead, these diets are appropriate for all stages of the life cycle. Pregnancy, lactation, old age, athletes. So they didn't say here it works for like 50% of the people or 30%. As long as the diet is appropriately planned, no matter if you're an athlete or if you're pregnant, if you're young or old, it'll work for you. There's no such thing as vegan, like all humans can eat plants, unless you have some weird disorder that I've never heard of, some kind of allergy that makes someone allergic to every single plant known to humankind. Again, I've never heard of such a thing. Unless your friend is that 1 in a billion person or 1 in a trillion person, they need some explaining to say why they believe. What evidence do they have that vegan diets only work for certain people? I've seen nothing to show otherwise. Daniel, what is your argument? What is your argument? What's wrong with veganism again, Daniel? I'm missing. You're just throwing a bunch of shit on the wall, Daniel. Slow down. Do you understand how to construct a simple, logical argument? Just tell me, what is your argument? Like cows eat grass? Yeah, okay, great. That's awesome. Vegans require planting food or something. Like, what is your argument? Please just make it clear. Pretend we're all really stupid, which you probably think we are. Pretend we're really simple and dumb, and just clearly articulate as best as you can. I don't know if you're capable of it, but try your best to articulate a simple argument down there for us, and we'll take a look at it. But if you're just going to sit here and fling poop on the wall nonstop for 2 hours, I'm going to shut you down. But please, try to articulate your argument the best that you can. Lay it out there, like premise 1, premise 2, conclusion, or something like that. Some kind of logical argument as to what you're trying to make here, because all I'm seeing is a bunch of random poop being thrown on the walls. Okay, vegan milk. How should I reply to your friend that says humans are omnivores and our ancestors are eat meat? It's like, our ancestors eat plants too. A lot of people have these fantasies of our ancestors. Like where? What part of the world? What point in history exactly are we talking about? They all had different diets. There's no such thing as the primal diet or Paleolithic diet. It's all over time and all over the space and Earth here. Like where at what latitude? Anyway, yeah, they ate plants too. It wasn't like they had an endless supply of meat. If you guys know, it's hard to catch an animal, right? Especially with primitive tools. They're eating tons of plants. So point that out to them. They're eating tons of plants. Plus, we want to live longer than them. Your average lifespan of Paleolithic era humans is like 30 freaking years. I want to live like triple, quadruple that even. So I want to be better than a caveman. Tell your friend we can be better than a caveman. We have access to better health, better foods. Our ancient caveman ancestors couldn't just walk into a supermarket and walk out with like $60 of plant foods, whole food plants. They couldn't do that. They had to just scrape by with whatever they were able to forage and hunt and whatever in their local means. I don't want to live like that. I want to be able to go to the market and buy a bunch of great plants. So yeah, tell your friend you want to be better than a caveman. You want to live longer than 30 years. You want to buy the foods you want rather than the foods that they were forced to eat as they found them through, hunting and gathering. So anyway, let me have a little sip of water here. It's getting warm in my room again. It's kind of like turn the AC on, that I get a little cold. It's just kind of a weird temperature today. Yeah, good point, Race Lover. Our ancient ancestors also didn't know how to use YouTube all that well, right? They probably would have a hard time picking up a phone and, texting down the bottom. And, who cares? We want to be better than our ancestors. Yeah. It's a Graven babies. Your ancestors drank moonshine. You're not trying to be like them. Yeah. Yeah, blended. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is some evidence from the Adventist Health Study that on average 10 years of extra healthy life, not just 10 years laying in a wheelchair or bed, not able to move, 10 years of good quality, high quality of life compared to non-vegans. So that's a good reason to go vegan right there. If you don't care about the animals, you have some quality extra years at the end of your life. It could help out. It's not a slam dunk, but that's what the research indicates there's a connection. Daniel, disprove me about what? I'm not making any claim here other than what veganism is. So if we want to, let's look at how can you disprove veganism. Let's first of all take a look at what veganism is, because a lot of non-vegans think that veganism is some kind of health movement. So let's take a look. Veganism is simply a moral, ethical stance. Here they try to sum it up in a sentence or two, a philosophy and way of living, but basically where you're not exploiting and harming animals. It's finding the practices of harming and exploiting animals wrong and immoral, and we want to do something about that. So we got to eat food. So all that's left is really plants. And it just so happens that there's been a ton of science on this topic. And here, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the largest group of health professionals in North America, after having reviewed the scientific research, have come to their conclusion. Their whole organization's position paper is that appropriately planned vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and healthful. Did they say it's the best diet in the world for all humans? No. They just said if you're going to eat all plants, as long as you do it right, you're going to get all the nutrition you need. It also helps reduce your chances of dying of the most common types of death, heart disease, diabetes, stroke. So that's all I'm saying here. It's an ethical stance, and if done right, the diet can be very healthy. But you can be a junk food vegan if you want, all you anti-vegans. There's nothing about... Veganism isn't a health movement. It's an ethical stance, and you can do it in a healthy way or an unhealthy way. Yeah, Daniel's so awesome. As an ex-vegan, having been on both sides of the coin, I like to say I know more than you do. Okay, well, tell me. It sounds like you don't, because you think you can debunk me. What is there to debunk? Veganism, again, is a moral, ethical stance. We vegans agree, say yes, we find it morally wrong to harm animals. It's something you either believe in or you don't believe in. You can't debunk that belief. It's just a moral stance. Also, like, say, another moral stance I have is I'm strongly opposed to rape. How do you debunk that? You can't, because it's just a moral belief I have. Either you agree with that or you don't. That doesn't mean you've debunked it because you disagree. Well, I disagree with that. I think raping's okay. It doesn't mean you've debunked rape as a concept. You just disagree with my moral beliefs there. Yeah, I always hear that all the time. I'm an ex-vegan. No, if you really truly believed, again, let's go back to a vegan. A lot of people are on a vegan diet and thought they were vegans. No, you can eat plants all you want and not give a crap about animals. You're not a vegan. Veganism, all it asks is you to live a life in accordance with this, a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, and any other purpose. That's what veganism is. Not harming, not exploiting animals. It doesn't mean you're trying to eat the healthiest diet in the world. It doesn't mean you're trying to live the longest time or anything like that. It just means you're against harming animals and you're going to do something about it. Instead of just saying I'm against it, yeah, you are, and you don't eat animals. You don't wear animals. That's all it is. And so many anti-vegans think they know more than I do. No, you don't even know what the definition of veganism is. You're probably trying to say, well, it's not the healthiest diet in the world. It doesn't say that in the definition. It doesn't say anything about it being the healthiest diet in the world. It doesn't even say it's healthy in the definition. Yeah, healthy, living with Chris. Why am I even talking to this guy? Thank you, Race Lever, for timing him out. Much appreciated there, Race Lever. Thank you, my great moderators, for keeping him at bay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk. Like I said, Friday nights is my night where I welcome the anti-vegans. Welcome, I use that loosely, but they're more invited on Friday nights. Wednesdays and my off non-Friday days, I like to talk to the vegans directly and we talk about vegan stuff. So let's talk about vegan stuff. Yeah, give him a warning, Race. Daniel, after your time out, if you come back, stop lying to support animal abuse. Good point. Good point. He's lying about everything. I know everything he said was wrong about B12. What else were we talking about? But yeah, he even said, I know more than you do. I doubt it, Daniel. He didn't even know what veganism meant, it sounded like. Anyway, let's keep going on. Yeah, Race Lover. Tonight is sexy only vegans night. You got that. Only sexy vegans tonight. All vegans are sexy. Someone's bringing up Nick Ocado. Yeah, he quit veganism. I remember I made a video responding to him. He thought it was unhealthy and bad for his brain and all this crap. Look at him now. He's 400 pounds. How can that be healthier than veganism when he had a healthy body mass index? Now he's like morbidly obese. But veganism wasn't healthy. So yeah, anything he says about his reasons for leaving veganism for not being healthy enough, you gotta kind of like, really? That doesn't make any sense, bro. Yeah, what's that? He's also saying, Johnny, about B12 can be found naturally. I don't know what he's going off on there. I mean, what's unnatural about me taking a B12 spray? I mean, if he's still watching right now, maybe he doesn't like how it's a spray. It's some kind of chemical. He likes his B12 coming in whole food form. And if you want that, if you're still watching, Daniel, was that your name? Let me just very quickly show you the B12 that I take virtually every day. It's a whole food plant. If that's Daniel's thing, he's all about naturally. This is what I take every freaking day, except for, rare, like maybe one day a month I don't have my smoothies. I put this in my smoothies every day. Clean Machine Green Protein. It's a whole food plant. It's duckweed, a little bit of pea protein mixed in, but it's primarily duckweed, a whole food plant, which happens to have bioavailable, 3 forms of bioavailable B12. So what's more natural than that? A plant that has vitamin B12 in it. Are you listening there, Daniel? So Daniel, if you want to try some of this out so you don't have to kill animals, because that seemed to be your justification for killing animals, is that you need to kill animals in order to get your natural B12. Well, let me send you a link to Clean Machine because I'm an affiliate of theirs and a friend of theirs. I communicate with them regularly. They're vegans, vegan bodybuilders, and all their products are vegan. Here, there it is. Clean Machine Online. Use my code HAPPYVEGAN, save 10%, and you'll get your all natural whole food form of vitamin B12. 3 bioavailable types of B12. So anyway, I say, Timothy, you got your Clean Machine protein last night in shipping and tried it this morning. You can taste the taste. It just, it's a chai vanilla taste is what they call it. I don't know. I don't think in my mind it tastes like chai or vanilla. To me, it just tastes like how their clean machine green protein tastes. I know what chai tastes like. I like chai tea when I have it, and I know what vanilla tastes like. Yeah, if you taste it like that, cool. I just never thought it tastes like chai vanilla. I like the taste of my smoothies. I have to admit that. When you kind of like lick a little bit on your own, it's like, ooh, it's kind of weird. But yeah, right in my banana smoothies, it's awesome. I love the flavor in the smoothies. I actually prefer my smoothies with that clean machine green protein mixed in. Then some days when I happen to run out, I'm in between shipments and I have to go just without it, I prefer the smoothies with the clean machine. Tom Thomas, I think people should try to grow at least some food. Are you talking about vegans or non-vegans? And how about, not everyone has access to land. A lot of people live in condominiums, apartments, urban areas, like here, cities. They don't have abilities to grow food. But just kind of curious, you think everyone should or what? Not saying you're wrong. I'm just kind of trying to figure out where you're coming from. Johnny, yeah, dates and chocolate in smoothies. I used to put those in smoothies before. I kind of, over the years, kind of refined what I like in my smoothies as far as taste and what kind of works for what I'm going for, like, you know, exercise-wise. And yeah, I haven't put dates and chocolate in for ages. Ryan, how should I reply to my guy friend that thinks veganism is unmanly? You got asking all the questions there. Like, why would it be unmanly for? Like, ask your friend what is unmanly about it. I mean, there's like what? Like there's vegan athletes, like vegan Olympians, vegan bodybuilders, vegan weightlifters, vegan strongmen. And in my particular case, yeah, we want to talk about like sex hormones. Let's look at like me versus Joe Rogan. I've pointed this out a bunch of times. I made several videos. We're the same age. He talks about vegans are low in sex hormones and all this nonsense. Mine are like way higher than his. He has to get regular shots in the ass to get the testosterone levels that I have naturally. Mine are I'm 54, same as Joe. I don't do anything. I'm just being vegan and healthy, and mine are at the levels of a man, a young man in his testosterone producing prime. My last blood test, they're like almost 900, which is like pretty much off the chart for a guy in his 50s. So yeah, I have no problem with being all manly, sex hormone strong, and vegan. So yeah, actually studies have shown that high protein diets can suppress testosterone. So yeah. So I ask him, yeah, what would make a person unmanly? You can have high testosterone. You can be a bodybuilder. You can do whatever you want if you want to be a manly man. Let's see. And I want to point this out. I talked about this on Twitter today. Because that Daniel guy is all talking about like, you know, health and all this crap. Let me just read what I posted on Twitter today. I said, why do vegans have to constantly defend that they're healthy? We're not trying to be fitness gurus, Olympic athletes, or dietitians. We're trying to not harm or exploit animals. Why are vegans always having to defend themselves as being healthy? Why is that? I'm an animal activist. I'm a vegan activist. I never said I'm going to be a health guru or an Olympic athlete. Why do I have to also be the healthiest person in the world? Which I'm not trying to be. I'm really healthy though. But why is that part of the package of being vegan? Why do vegans constantly have to defend that they're healthy? I don't see the connection. It's a moral, ethical movement. It's not a health movement. It's stupid. Yeah, veganism is about the animals. Yeah, if you're not following me on Twitter, let me see if I get my link here to Twitter. Oh, here it is. Twitter, Ryan Lum. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I make posts like that pretty much every day. Let's go there really quickly. I'll show you that one more time. Yeah, because I just hate to having to be always talking about health and crap like that. I mean, I'm interested in it, but it's not why I got into veganism. I'm glad to know that veganism, if done right, if you don't drink urine and just eat raw food forever, you can have a really healthy diet. Right here. Yeah, why do vegans have to constantly defend that they're healthy? We're not trying to be fitness gurus, Olympic athletes, or dietitians. We're just trying to not harm or exploit animals. But yes, you can be healthy as a vegan too, you know? So anyway, yeah, follow me on Twitter. I just put the link down there, right? Yeah. Anyway, yes. because we claim meat is unhealthy. I don't really talk about meat being unhealthy. I just talk about plants are healthy. See the difference there? I'm not making a bunch of videos. Maybe I did in my earlier years, but I don't think like that anymore. I'm a vegan activist, not trying to like, I'm saying, hey, if you are vegan, it is healthy. This is not my opinion. It's the opinion of many health organizations around the world. So I do it in the positive. Say, hey, vegan is healthy. I don't really talk about if meat is unhealthy or not. I mean, I'm sure I know people who aren't vegan and they seem to be healthy and have good blood labs, great for them. But, this is a moral ethical stance. I'm against harming animals, and it's great that you can do it in such a way that you can be really healthy. Blame it, even as a non-vegan. I'm glad you're watching as a non-vegan. See, I try to be cool and not judgmental. Try to make the show open for everyone. Unless you're coming here to attack me, then I'll get a little more aggro. But anyway, the vegans are unhealthy thing is dumb. Yes, it is. Most people who use it probably eat McDonald's. Yeah, it's the thing. If you eat a McDonald's every day or every other day, people aren't like asking, oh, can I see your blood labs? Where do you get your B12? What about this, that, and the other thing? But as soon as you're vegan, everyone comes on the live stream and asks you, what about this and that? It's like, how come you're not asking your friends that eat junk food every day how they're doing? But a guy who eats whole food plants, you're all worried about my health? Well, cool. That's why I have my blood labs up for the entire world to see. I've been sharing with you guys since I've been on YouTube. Oh, vegan metalhead. No naughty jokes like that, man. Okay. Anyway. Nicholas, beans or tofu for protein? Well, all plants have protein, but tofu is a legume. It's part of the bean legume family, so it's not like an either or. I'll have tofu, I'll have legumes. Yeah, I mean, but I don't eat them specifically to get protein. I mean, I'm getting tons of protein all throughout the day from everything I eat. But yeah, I know when I'm having some tofu or legumes, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of extra cool protein there. Oh, Daniel's back. Okay, here's the intelligent Daniel here. You seem like such a dad, but vegans are infertile. So what is your point, Daniel? What is this coming here with a personal attack? But vegans are infertile. Like, so you're saying vegans are incapable of having children? You know how ridiculous and false that statement is. Do we even need to address how just ridiculously untrue that statement is, that vegans don't have children? I mean, just because I personally chose not to have children, I made that decision way before I ever went vegan. Made that like 15, 20 years ago. Anyway, that has nothing to do with veganism. I made that decision well before I went vegan. So it has nothing to do with the diet. It's called lifestyle design. I chose not to have children for a variety of personal reasons. One, so I can live a more just kind of financially stable life. Daniel's comment just became impotent. Yeah, good one there. That's funny. He thinks he's all manly. I know Daniel's got delayed. Daniel, can you tell me, Daniel, do you have any blood labs that have measured your testosterone? Since we're talking about being manly and studly and stuff like that and being potent and crap and fertile, let's talk about sex hormones, Daniel. Do you have any information you can share with us about your testosterone? And first of all, how old are you? Because testosterone level production drops off as one ages gradually from like late 20s, early 30s, and downward for the rest of your life. So let me know how old you are and what your testosterone levels are, Mr. Studley Daniel man there. Let me see. I want to see how manly you are, Mr. Manly Meat Eater man. Let me see how manly you are, bro. Yeah, Dr. Bear, should we block Daniel? I want to play this testosterone game with him. And then if he doesn't follow, because he's on thin ice right now. So if he doesn't do exactly as I say, you will be banned, Daniel. So if you want to play, we're playing by my rules. This is my live stream. And since you're coming here just flinging shit on the walls and insulting me, making up lies about me, you're going to play the game exactly as I want it played. So Daniel, please let me know, how old are you? And if you have any information about your testosterone, like have you had a testosterone blood test? So say like 25 and yes or no, something like that. Okay, bro? Let's see if you can follow my directions. These are simple directions. They're very reasonable. Just age and yes or no. All right, let us know if you've ever had a testosterone blood test. And if so, give us some numbers. Then we'll compare them to mine. Remember, I'm probably a lot older than you, bro. I'm 54. I could probably be your freaking dad since you called me. I seem like a dad. Yeah, I'm 50 freaking 4. I could be a granddad. If you do the math, I could easily be a granddad right now. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, like Dr. Bear says, I wish vegans were infertile so you wouldn't have to use contraception. I know. Wouldn't it be awesome? I wish that were the case. All right, anyway, got to flip the AC back on. Race already blocked him? Ah, darn. I wanted to play my game. I thought Race just timed him out. Race, did you block Daniel? I wanted to play the compare testosterone levels game with him since he was trying to play the manly man card. And I'm sure, pretty damn sure he can't compete. Yeah, I guess I could be a grandma too these days, Race. Yeah, whatever. I could be a grandparent for sure. Granddad with 800 plus testosterone levels. You got it, Bijan. That's exactly what I could be. But I'm not a granddad, but I got the 800 plus testosterone levels. Peter, I had Hulu last month, but I probably want to get it again. So I want to see that Motley Crue, Pam and Tommy thing at some point. So yeah, let me know what you want to check out, Peter. And Race, yeah, did you block that Daniel dude or not? And Daniel, if you want to know why you got banned, you're just coming here lying and you're insulting me. You're insulting the host of this live stream who's been pretty cool to you, debunking you, but still being pretty cool to you. And you just come here and make up some crap about me being infertile when I have probably more testosterone than you'll ever have. Just saying. All right, you've already started watching Pam and Tommy. Awesome. Yeah, I could have chose to have a bite. There's a lot of reasons why people might not have kids. I've had some non-vegan close friends who are having trouble having children, infertility issues. And they're not vegan. It has nothing to do with it. There's a lot of reasons why. So you shouldn't ask someone why they're not having kids. It could bring up some really horrible emotional issues. It's kind of rude. But I'm just telling you right now, for me, it was intentional. Okay, Race. Yes, I blocked him already. I already warned him not to lie to support animal abuse. You did tell him that. If you come back, you clearly warned him, Race. I saw that. I said, Daniel, if you come back, please don't come back to lie to support animal abuse. And then he came back with a lie and insult to everyone. Yeah, good job, Race. Thank you for taking care of him. Yeah, we'll tolerate anti-vegans as long as they're respectful. You can disagree with me. I'm not like a narcissist, egomaniac. People can disagree with me. I don't expect all you guys, vegan or not, to have the same exact beliefs about morality and everything that I have. But we are respectful to one another. And as soon as people start crossing that line and getting insulting and abusive, we don't tolerate that here. That's my live stream policy. Other live streamers might have different policies. Good for them. But this is my house. I'm in my house right now. This is my rules. And we don't let people come in here and insult us all, particularly the host over and over again. This is my show. But again, if you want to have a discourse with me, if you disagree with me about veganism or whatever we're talking about, testosterone and whatever crap he wants to throw on, if you want to have a rational discourse, all about that. But we're not going to have some insult match. This is not the forum for that. Now, Heidi, yeah, it's easy to miss some of the anti-vegan stuff, huh? Ray, you can't block me if I disagree with you. Let's see. Peter, no, I didn't get anything done to not have children. No medical procedure or anything like that. Just contraception and trying to exercise good judgment, stuff like that, old-fashioned, old school. Okay, let me stretch my legs out here. What's that? Produce, not pills. People need to realize it's perfectly okay not to have kids. Yes, it's perfectly fine. There's no law that says you have to reproduce. If you want to, it's cool. I tell you, I love my nephews and nieces. They bring joy and pleasure. I just love hanging out with them. But it's not my thing. At the end of the day, I'm glad they're going back home with their parents, and I get to go back home, me and Angie and the cats, and it's all chill. Yeah, it's perfectly okay to not have kids, and some people make that choice, as Angie and I have done. We thought it through, and that was our preference. Just like some people don't want to be married, exactly, or in a relationship. Nothing wrong with it. It's your life. You can do with it as you want, as long as you're not harming others, right? If you decide to do something where you're not making children, that's totally valid. And if you want to have children too, cool. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying having children's bad or anything. Having children's great. Just for me personally, I thought it'd be a little work better for our lifestyle, mine and Angie's lifestyles, that if we were not to have children. She felt exactly the same. Mike Valdez has been vegan about 7 years. You feel it's getting difficult because the people around you are not. What are they doing? Let me know, Michael. Mike Valdez, let me know what the people around you are doing that are making it tougher for you. You know, give me a little more specifics there. Yeah, societal pressure. You're totally right. Produce, not pills. Yeah, we're the kind of people, we've always been the kind of people on the outskirts of like normalness, you know? So yeah, we kind of don't bend into societal pressure, as easily as some might. I'm not bagging on people or anything. I'm just saying us. We're goths, you know. We were into weird shit when we were younger. You know, we're like, you know, just regular, you know, boy and girl next door kind of people. Thomas, did I take melatonin ever? I think Angie's got a little jar of it, like for ever having trouble sleeping. Maybe I'll take it a couple times a year or something like that. I think that's what I'm thinking of, Tom. Poor Race. I'm with you too. Yeah, people always thought I was weird most of my life, you know, too. So I'm just used to being different. You know, it's cool. I don't mind. You know, whatever. Let our freak flags fly, huh? Sea Dog, are you in Sweden right now? Shouldn't you be asleep? Or are you a Sweden that moved to North America? What's up, vegan? You have too many anti-vegan friends, vegan metalhead. Maybe you need to have fewer anti-vegan friends. What's it? They don't see the point of veganism for environmental reasons because there's nothing biblical about it. What? I don't understand. So we're combining like Christianity and environmentalism, like, and we don't have to be vegan anymore until the second of coming of Christ. I'm not sure what to say to a friend like that. Why did I get a notification right now? Oh. U.S. snowboarder Chloe Kim wins back-to-back Olympic gold medals in the women's halfpipe. Okay, just thought I'd share that with you right now. You're drunk too, Sea Dog. Okay. Hey, wait, you know, you're not the guy that was drunk on New Year's Eve. Now, I was thinking that guy was in Scotland. So drunk on a Wednesday, or is it Thursday? It's actually Thursday for you, huh? Wouldn't it be a little early to be drunk right now? Or did you stay out drinking all night? Huh? Would it be like... let's see. What time is it in Stockholm? Oh, come on, don't be like that. What time is it in Stockholm?
It's 4:11 a.m.
4:11 a.m.? Wow, you've been having a wild night there. Well, we lift restrictions today, and we did what we do best, drink lots of alcohol, and you're still up here with me at 4 a.m. in the morning. Cool. I'm glad you're hanging out with me, but hopefully you don't have to work too early tomorrow. That would be you're going to have a really rough day. Drink a lot of water. Just go right now. Get your water there, Sea Dog, and just try to prevent the dehydration now rather than waking up feeling like total crap. Poor Sea Dog. All right, poor me now. I'm getting kind of cold. Let's see. Wow, I've been on an hour and a half already. Wow. You're a student and you just open up another beer at 4 in the morning drinking. Wow. Wow. That's hardcore. I guess celebrate. Just do it safely. Don't get alcohol poisoning. Don't crash a car or anything like that. Do what you're doing, but safely and responsibly. Yeah, asked her, but yeah, back to that question. I thought it was more of a joke from Vegan Metalhead. Yeah, anyone could be vegan. I bet vegans of any religion or lack of religion. There's nothing there's nothing in any religion that I'm aware of that says, no, you cannot just live by eating only plants. And if you do, you will be doomed or something like that. I've never seen anything like that from any scriptures of any religion. Yeti Man, is there a point to be vegan though the world is doomed? Well, first of all, again, veganism, I think you're thinking it more in an environmental way or something like that. Excuse me. But maybe I'm assuming that, but again, it's a moral ethical stance. It's just wrong to harm animals. I don't care if the world, I mean, I do, but regardless, if the world's going to explode in a week or it's going to last another million years, whatever. I mean, it's still wrong. I don't see how it would change things for me. Like knowing, the environment's out of whack and sea levels rising and all that, pollution and all that. I'm gonna disregard my moral beliefs and start doing things that I believe are wrong, like raping people and eating animals. Those are two things I believe are morally wrong. I'm saying it doesn't really it shouldn't affect things really. And if you want to look at it from an environmental perspective, you can think, well, you can be part of the solution. The United Nations has ranked vegan the number one most greenhouse gas friendly diet, vegetarian the number two most. So if you want to be part of the solution rather than the problem, again, go vegan. Why are people obsessed with low carb diets? Aaron asks. I have a theory, and some of you might hate me for this, and some of you might say, yeah, you're totally right, whichever. And I'm not saying this in any kind of judgmental way or I'm trying to say anything bad of anyone, but I think the popularity of low carb diets can be traced back 95% of the time to people wanting to lose weight, to look shredded, some kind of belief that low carb leads to relatively quick and easy weight loss, and that's that. Yeah, there are some exceptions. Some people might have epilepsy or something like that. Might be beneficial for that, but yeah, I think for most people, I think for the vast majority of people that do low carb diets, it's all about weight, pounds, how much they weigh on the scale, how shredded they might look. I think they have some belief that that's the best way or quickest way to do it, but you can be shredded out on just a regular, normal carb or high carb vegan diet. I've seen it. There's nothing magical about low carb diets and achieving some great looking body or something like that. That's just my guess. That's my, not guess, but it's my, after seeing low carb, in the media and just for so many years now, that's what my takeaway. Yeah, Tom Thomas. Yeah, it's a quick way to lose weight and or fat, but doesn't mean it's healthy. Usually quick weight loss isn't a good thing. You have to talk to doctors about that. And it doesn't mean that weight loss is sustainable, meaning you will keep that weight off, for a year or two. Yeah, Dr. Esterman, yeah, you can lose weight on any diet, meat diet, whatever, anything. It's if you're just eating fewer calories than what your body needs, and you're exercising a lot too. If you're in a caloric deficit, you can lose weight eating meat, eating Oreos, only Oreo, whatever food you want to have there. You can lose weight on any food as long as you're in a caloric deficit. K Farman, good recipe in the first recipe book, and Keep It Carb Baby. I will show you my favorite one. Okay, good thing I have super long NBA length arms here. It's the khichdi. I make this every week. I wonder if it's time for me to make khichdi tonight. It might be time. I haven't had it in a few days. Yeah, I think last time we had it. Here it is, the no-soak khichdi. It's a recipe from India, It's a common household meal. You know, you don't find it in restaurants. I've never seen a restaurant that has, oh, I shouldn't say it. I've been to one that had khichdi. It's pretty rare. You see it a lot in like maybe yoga communities. But yeah, it's just rice, mung beans, curry, a bunch of different vegetables you can add in there. That's my favorite one. Yeah, we've been eating that regularly since like before we started our YouTube channel in 2013. Like pretty much like at least once every couple weeks for all those years. Sea Dog, yeah, I'm Asian. I'm 3/4 Chinese. Aaron, you had the Impossible Chicken at KFC. I suspect maybe one day I will encounter it in some way, shape, or form, but that's good to hear that it's good. Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say it sucked yet. Fab, South Asians. Yeah, I'm from like, my family's from like southern China, the Canton region. Race lever, how can I stay the same weight in a caloric supreme overload where I eat wherever I want is the real question. Yeah, there you go. That's more of the question, huh? Most of us are probably not in a caloric deficit. Yeah. I guess that's why people want to try. They think keto is like the easy way to be in a caloric deficit. But yeah, the point is you can be in a caloric deficit on any kind of diet. High carb, low carb, meat, vegan, whatever. It's just a matter of consuming fewer calories than what your body requires. Oh, Aaron, you're in Louisiana, so there's probably a lot of KFCs for you to get out there. Yeah, I think there's one around here too. I just been ignoring. I probably drive by KFCs all the time, and to me, I just block them out. They don't, for me, they're like, you know, blank walls. They don't provide anything of any value, but I need to keep my eyes open. Kaz, cheese substitutes. Yeah. Like Follow Your Heart. Sometimes Miyoko. I think Violife, but we don't get them too often. They're usually kind of high in oil and saturated fat, the kind that raises your LDL cholesterol. So I eat them if vegan cheeses very sparingly. Yeah, Trader Joe's. Yeah, you can find it everywhere. Let's see, what's that about smoking weed? If you smoke lots of weed, you can eat as much vegan rubbish as you want and not gain weight. No, that's not true. That's definitely not true. A caloric overload or a surplus is a caloric surplus. I don't think the weed will actually help you get that caloric surplus by its stimulation of your appetite. Yeah, chow cheese. Thank you, Race. Yeah, it's another one of our favorites there. Thank you. Forgot about that one. Cool. I'm glad we got you some ideas there, Kaz. See, that's why I'm trying to focus on vegans and vegan-related questions today, rather than our good friend Daniel, who Race Lever banned earlier for lying to support animal abuse. See, we're not going to entertain them too long on these midweek live streams. Speaking of which, I should be going pretty soon. Get some dinner going with Angie. I just told her I'd come in here. Instead of making a video, I thought I'd come and do a live stream because I thought about it. So I'd rather just come and live stream. I enjoy live streaming much more than making a video that I'm like, my heart is half in. I'm fully in. I tell you, when it's something about like Joe Rogan saying some stupid crap or one of these, why I quit vegan, how vegan destroyed my life. I love responding to those. But some of these other stories I find they're kind of cool, but they don't push me enough to actually make a video. I'd rather just come on and chat with you guys. Anyway, let's see. Well, we can talk about. I'm saying I'm going to get going pretty soon now. Cool. I'm glad you're liking this this live stream, Kaz. And remember, if you're kind of new to what we're doing here, Friday night, that's my main live stream time. I hardly ever miss it. Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I come on a smidgen early, like 5:45. But yeah, Friday nights, you can bank on that. Oh, cool. K Farnan, thank you for the super chat tip there on Streamlabs even. Thanks.
Thanks for the information.
You're very welcome for the information. We try to be helpful here on these midweek live streams. Yeah, Fridays I'll get a little more, a little more of invite the anti-vegans to come like Daniel was trying to do earlier. But yeah, on these midweek live streams, I try to focus mainly on vegan related things. And on Friday, we'll have a little bit more fun with the anti-vegans if they show up. And as long as they're respectful, unlike Daniel, who's just being a dick and insulting. Well, how come? Here's the thing. Let me just put this out there. If any anti-vegans are watching, if you come into a vegan live stream chat like this, there's going to be mainly vegans here, so you're going to be in the minority. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm saying is you are representing the non-vegans. You're representing meat eaters and stuff like that. So why do you want to represent as being a dick? Like, you want us to generalize that, non-vegans are just assholes that throw crap on the wall and make crap up and insult people without any care in the world. I mean, that's what he was doing. So all I'm saying is, if you want to come here, be chill, be respectful. You're representing your kind. Whether you want to or realize it or not, you are representing non-vegans to us. You're in the minority here, so you got to represent well, or else we're going to think you guys are all dicks like Daniel. So anyway, let's get back to questions here before I get going. I'll probably stay on at least another 10 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, Izzy, you hear impossible meat is battered with milk and eggs? Well, if so, that would be on the ingredients, and that is news to me. I've not heard of that. I mean, yeah, it would be on the ingredients list. You couldn't leave that off. Yeah, there's a few vegans here, Race. There were a few of us, yeah. Healthy Living with Chris Galt. Why would anti-vegans come on here? Good question, Chris. I just noticed without any invitation on my own to have them come, they were just finding the live streams at random, or maybe they're subscribed, and then they just come on the live streams and start spouting their nonsense. So that's why I decided on the Friday live streams to just embrace it. Okay, if you guys are going to come on Friday live streams and try to debunk veganism if you think you can. If you think you have some original argument I've never heard before, bring it. We'll inspect it. We'll examine it with an open mind and see what happens once we examine it using evidence and critical thinking. But I'm not sure why they started coming. So that's what Friday nights are kind of about, addressing their nonsense. I don't know, Chris, though. I guess they don't have much going on. They just come and do a vegan live stream and try to throw poo on the walls. That's funny, Rays. Yeah, Fa, I do give the midstream, these midweek live streams a different title. The Friday ones are usually titled like something like Debunk Veganism. I'll just come out and say it, or Veganism can't be debunked. Prove me otherwise. Well, on these midweek live streams, ask a non-deficient vegan anything. Oh, I think at the end I said try to debunk it, but I put that at the end. That's like an afterthought. You're right. Maybe you're right. On the future midweek live streams, I'll remove the second sentence of my live stream title. It'll just be ask a non-deficient vegan or ask a vegan anything, something like that. So thanks so much. I the way I see it right now, that the try to debunk veganism is being cut off, being truncated. So I wasn't fully aware that I still even had that part in the title. So I will fix that. Thank you guys. AVF, Anti-Vegan Fridays. Thank you, Dr. Esterman. Yeah, that's kind of what it is, huh? No, everything I've read, Dr. Bear, I've read news articles. I haven't tasted it myself, but the Impossible Chicken at KFC, to the best of my knowledge, from what I've read, is 100% vegan. Other than that, they don't have a separate fryer or kitchen area for it. So if you don't mind, what's known as cross-contamination, other than that, it is a vegan product. If I'm mistaken, someone please correct me right now, but I remember reading about this when it came out. Joey's Hue Meat video. I saw the thumb. I didn't watch that. That was a few months ago, wasn't it? Kaz, one more question. Yeah, you can throw another question at me for sure. Get it out there. Dre Starman. Okay, I have vegan brain fog, so I do forget things sometimes, Dre Starman. So I'm sorry if I got your name wrong there. My bad. Dr. Esterman. Dre Starman. Remind me again. I'll probably take me another try or two. Let's see. Kaz, someone told you can't be vegan because when you travel to foreign countries, you need to eat their food and experience their culture. Well, yeah, I mean, there's vegan Chinese food, there's vegan Mexican food, there's vegan Italian food, there's vegan, you can go to France, there's vegan restaurants in France, you go to Spain, there's vegan restaurants, they're all over the world. You go to Korea now, South Korea, and eat in a vegan restaurant. I mean, yeah, when you go to other countries, yeah, eat their food, but that doesn't mean you have to practice cruelty. No culture's morality is tied up in harming animals and killing animals. You can have respect for their. I think it's extremely respectful to eat a veganized version of any country's food. You're showing, hey, I'm enjoying your culture and I'm not harming animals. Like, what's wrong? What is disrespectful about eating someone's culture's food and not harming animals? Because you can go, like I said, you can go to any country in the world, get it, that Happy Cow app. If you can't afford it, it's free on just using a web browser. Any country in the world, any city, they'll show you where you can find vegan options. So that argument just sucks. You can, and even if it's not, there's no listed vegan options on a menu, you can always ask them, hey, can I just have the rice and beans and potatoes and leave off the meat? They should be able to work something out for you. Okay, thanks, Dr. Bear, for cross-checking what I just said there about the KFC. Other than cross-contamination possibilities, using the same fryer, Beyond Chicken is vegan. What's that, Race? Here's a new anti-vegan argument. Wow, okay, let's see it. They claim that you can't, that veganism is healthy because the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics position paper states it expired last year. What do you mean expired? I mean, how does a position paper expire? I mean, if they replaced it with a new one, that would make sense, but it's not like the science has changed since they originally published it. I mean, what does it mean? I've never even seen a study or a position paper have an expiration date. That's just kind of puzzling. Ask them what that means. Well, how is it expired? I don't even understand how it's expired. And if so, if it has expired and they no longer believe in what was stated in that position paper, let's see the follow-up statement, which hasn't happened yet. Let's see, Fa, what's that? You've slowly been adopting a vegan diet lifestyle. Awesome. Switch to whole food plant-based diet and now see things differently. You appreciate all the videos and showing people it doesn't suck to be vegan. Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to do, just showing people, especially like on our Instagram and Twitter, how it doesn't suck to be vegan. Like I was saying, you know, we went to Disneyland. They're celebrating like Chinese Lunar New Year. You know, Vietnam, Korea celebrated too, and there's all these great vegan foods there. You know, and I was eating something. Yeah, it just doesn't suck being vegan. It just is like delicious. Go to Disneyland and eat like Chinese vegan food at all places. Disneyland. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, George, you can go to Italy and order a pizza and have no cheese on it, right? You know, you're not like disrespecting their culture by getting a cheeseless pizza. And who knows, maybe they have a vegan cheese option at some of these restaurants. I know like my favorite pizza I get here in Long Beach, they're not a vegan restaurant, but they have their own vegan Parmesan and vegan sausages that they make there. No, Jesse, there's no study debunk or anything like that. Just apparently there's a let's see, what's that? What are you saying? If you scroll to the bottom of the position paper, it says it's only good till December 31st of last year, but it's been renewed 5 times in the past. So I guess they're a little slow to renew their position paper. And that doesn't mean like everything they say in that paper now is like they don't stand by. I guess they just need to make sure they want to stamp it for another few more years. James, how long was I a raw foodist? In 2012, I didn't write it down, but just roughly around maybe 9 months, something like that, of eating various types of raw food. Let's see, Aster, is publishing books difficult? You want to write books with an animal rights veganism theme? It's not that hard. I mean, if you know how to do like layout, you know, like use a design program. Heck, you could probably just use Photoshop if you had to. I mean, we're using some Apple free software, you know, from Apple, you know, the computer company that came with the computers. If you want to find a publisher, I'll hook you up with a vegan printer out here in California. You should be able to work remotely. Well, it might be expensive because delivering the books is kind of expensive, but you could always make ebooks too. So it's not that difficult. I mean, it's kind of difficult, but not that tough. It's more difficult to have good ideas and, you know, good content. Sounds good, Dr. Barry. You guys are making me hungry. I'm gonna have to go make that khichdi. Let me text Angie. Should I make khichdi tonight? Let me see what she thinks. because I remember I went to Trader Joe's a few days ago and got the non bread. Okay. Oh, really, Angry Vegan. Pizza smothered in cheese and American thing. Makes sense, huh? With the dairy board, all the money they get from us taxpayers to promote cheese, it figures we'd be the ones to pervert cheese to be some kind of delivery mechanism for a buttload of gross cheese. Yeah, she says it's cool. I'm gonna make history tonight. Yeah, I'm down. I'll tell her I'm down. Cool. What's cool about kitchery, it takes an hour to, once you get it all in the pot, it takes an hour to fully cook. So I don't know if it's too much information, but often like a day like today, I'm still dirty. It's been hot, I've worked out in the garage. Go take a bath, come back, it'll all be ready. It's all good. Oh, Angie's 3-bean chili is cool too. Yeah, it'll make the house too hot today. So it's been really hot here in Southern California. Yeah, don't want the stove on for an hour. But yeah, that'll actually, the kitchen will make the house hot too. That's on the stove. For some reason, I was imagining the Instapot. No, it's going to be on the stove an hour as well. Bummer. Oh well. What is kitchery? It's an Indian dish. It's in the Keep It Carb Baby book. We don't have the print books anymore. We have the ebook still. It's a traditional Indian dish, typically made in the home. You don't find it in restaurants all that often. It's really rare, but it's in homes all across India, from what I understand. It's a dish that mainly consists of like basmati rice, mung beans, or like the core. Then you have other vegetables that you put in it. Typically for us, it's celery, carrots, cabbage, cauliflower, and then some curry. And I put nutritional yeast in it as well. And then, yeah, the little soy sauce at the end. I don't know if that's traditional or not, but yeah, that's how we roll. It's a really good dish, really filling dish. It's just a good, solid food. But yeah, that 3-bean chili of Angie's does sound good right now too. Wow, what group is that voted you the sexiest vegan typer for 9 years in a row? That sounds like a cool goal, Dr. Bear, to walk 30 minutes 5 times per week. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, just try to stick to that goal. Make that something that you reach there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for everything I've read, yeah, all like the government, other health organizations recommend moving the body around 40 minutes a day if you can, So yeah, it doesn't say you have to do hardcore, cardiovascular intensive work or resistance training or something like that. If it's just walking 5 times a week, 30 minutes, that sounds excellent. George, no, I've never been to Florida in my life. No. Oh, okay. That's the association race liver. I knew I wasn't familiar with that. I didn't even think it was a real one, and I was right. All right, guys. I'm gonna get going. It's 2 hours in. I'm gonna make dinner and leave us something, for Friday to talk about on my main day. So if you know any anti-vegans that want to come by and debunk veganism, that'll be the day. And thanks again, whoever pointed out I should remove the debunking part from my midweek live stream title. I just copied and pasted my last midweek live stream title, so I didn't catch it at the time. For chess, do I play king's pawn or queen pawn openings? I play some king pawn openings mainly, but they're not traditional ones like Ruy Lopez. Sometimes I play Ponziani, but yeah, let's do some non-traditional king's pawn openings. But yeah, good question there, Angry Vegan. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get going. So yeah, thanks, Race, for keeping Daniel, was that his name, in check, and finally just banning him for him just violating all our community guidelines that we have here. So thanks so much. Let's see. Yeah, we won't see any new videos between now and Friday unless something really weird happens, because this was it. I was gonna make a video today, but I said I'd just rather come on and chat with you guys and chill. So anyway, guys, yeah, be ready Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, we will be ready and waiting for anyone to try to debunk veganism. We'll see what they have to say. We'll be cool to them if they're cool to us, and we'll take it from there. And again, you can always come Friday and just ask regular non-debunking of veganism type questions. We'll talk about any of the stuff that we talked about today. on Friday as well, guys. So thanks so much for all your support. Thanks for watching us, and thanks for all your nice comments here in the live chat. And also thanks for all the nice comments on our videos, particularly that vlog of Angie's that we put out, I think on Monday, like 3 days ago or so. So thank you so much there, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to get going, and we'll see you all Friday. I hope Uncle Walt appears on Friday. If you're watching after the fact, Uncle Walt, thanks. Yeah, we missed you today, and hopefully we'll see you Friday, and hopefully we'll see all you guys back here Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be ready and talking about anything about veganism and deal with the debunkers if they show up, guys. Oh, we got one last chat tip, super chat tip there from Dr. Bear. Thanks for the extra live stream this week. Have a good evening. Thank you so much, Dr. Bear. Appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. All right. Good evening to y'all, and we'll see you in a couple days. That's coming up really quick. All right. Here's the right button, guys. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.